Hey everyone, my name is Sheena Stice, and tonight we're going to be learning about linear measurements. I have a yardstick right here. I don't have access to a ruler or a tape measure right now, but I've got some items. Got the Sour Patch Kid box, the fruit roll-up, the Sour Patch Kids, shoe, and some wrapping paper. We're going to take these items, put them up against the yardstick and see if the yardstick would work fine to measure with, or if we should use something bigger or smaller, as in the ruler or tape measure. So we'll grab the Sour Patch Kid box, and we'll bring it down here, and we will set it up at the very end. We will get a measure, which is right at 6 inches. So when we measure and determine, we can determine that the Sour Patch Kid box could be used with just a ruler, with it only being 6 inches. Now we will move to the shoe. We will put the shoe up against the ruler, and we will measure. We'll go approximately 8 inches. And then we can determine that the shoe could be used with a ruler, could be used with a yardstick, either way. And that's kind of up to the kids on their option of what they would want to do. And we can move to the Sour Patch Kids. Of course, they're not very big, so this one is not going to be very hard to figure out which one we would want to use. Of course, we would use a ruler for sure. And then we can go down to the wrapping paper, which is a little longer. We'll start it at the end. Let's move it over so it's off of the, stays on the table. So there it is on the end. Then we come to the other end, and we realize it's just a couple of inches too long. So on this one, we would realize that we could either mark where the end of the yardstick is, and then bring the start of the yardstick to the end where it ended and measure and add those inches together. Or we could go to a tape measure, which I think a yardstick would work just fine. Now we have the fruit roll-up, and this one is going to be a little different because there's a couple of ways you can do this one. You can do it wrapped up, like so. And so you would know that you would just use a tape measure for this one. So we could unwrap it, which I don't know if I'm going to be able to do by myself. In just a second. We can unwrap it, and then we can lay it down and measure it out, which we know it should be a foot because it's called fruit by the foot. We'll do it as so. And then when you unravel the very end, it comes out. We won't unravel it. It comes out to about 32.5 inches. So therefore you would know this one is definitely a yardstick. There's different ways. I would have my kids measure themselves as well with a yardstick, and then take the measurements, and then we could compare them to see who's the tallest in the class, the shortest in the class, and how tall every kid is. There's different ways of measuring. I would have the kids go around and measure stuff in the room, take measurements on paper, and however they learn best. And that is just a little lesson on how to measure and realize what measuring device, whether it be a yardstick, a ruler, or a tape measure, would work best.